It was supposed to be just a dare, a late-night challenge among four friends: Mark, Sarah, Jason, and Emily. The rules were simple: spend 30 minutes inside the old St. Augustine Hospital and come out with proof. The hospital had been abandoned for over 30 years, left to rot after a mysterious fire that had consumed one of its wings. Local rumors said the fire wasn't the real reason it closed. They said patients disappeared. Nurses quit in the middle of their shifts. And sometimes, even today, if you walked past the empty building, you could hear the faint echo of a patient screaming from a floor that no longer existed. "Come on, it's just an old building," Jason said, shining his flashlight as they pushed open the rusted gates. "We'll film, post it, and people will eat it up." The heavy doors of the hospital creaked open, releasing a wave of stale, suffocating air. The halls stretched out into darkness, peeling paint hanging like skin from the walls. "Ugh, it smells like death," Sarah muttered, pulling her jacket tighter. Emily's voice was barely a whisper. "Maybe this isn't such a good idea." They ignored her. They walked past empty wheelchairs left in the middle of hallways, stretchers with torn straps and broken IV poles. A distant clang echoed somewhere above them. "Probably just a raccoon," Mark said, though his voice lacked conviction. As they moved deeper, Jason kept filming. The red recording light blinked in the dark. He laughed nervously. Future viral content, right? But when they reached the nurse's station, they noticed something strange. On the dusty counter lay a clipboard with names written in fresh ink. Mark leaned closer. His heart skipped. The top of the page read, "Admitted today." The names written below were theirs: Mark, Sarah, Jason, Emily. "What the hell is this?" Sarah snapped, backing away. Jason forced a laugh. "Somebody's screwing with us." But Emily was pale, frozen in place. "No one's been in here for decades." They decided to keep moving, trying to convince themselves it was just a prank. But the stairs to the second floor felt endless, each step groaning under their weight. When they reached the top, they noticed wheel tracks smeared in dust, as if something had been rolled through recently. The rooms here were worse: rusted bed frames, shattered glass, and walls blackened from the fire. But one room still had its door intact. The number 213 was etched into the wood. "Let's check it out," Jason said, pushing it open. Inside, the bed was neatly made, fresh sheets. The smell of disinfectant lingered, sharp and wrong. On the wall hung an IV bag filled with dark, thick liquid. That's blood," Sarah whispered. The moment she said it, the bag twitched, like something inside was still alive. They bolted from the room, Jason dropping his camera. The screen cracked, but it still filmed, the audio now distorted with static. As they hurried down the hallway, whispers began to follow them, at first faint, then louder. "Stay! Don't leave! Room for 4 more!" Emily grabbed Mark's arm, shaking. "Do you hear that? Please tell me you hear that." They all did. Suddenly, a loud metallic slam came from the far end of the hall. A gurney rolled out of the shadows on its own, wheels squeaking, stopping just inches from them. Straps dangled open, waiting. Panicked, they decided to head back down. But instead of the exit, they took the wrong stairwell. The air grew colder, damper, until they realized they were descending into the basement. The smell hit them first: rot and chemicals. The light from their flashlights cut through the dark, revealing rows of body lockers. Most were shut. One was slightly open. Jason, against every instinct, pulled the drawer. Inside lay a body covered with a white sheet. His hand shook as he pulled it back. The corpse's face was his own. Eyes lifeless, skin pale, mouth twisted in a scream. Jason stumbled back, gagging. "No, no, no, that's not me." But the corpse's eyes snapped open. Jason screamed. The lights went out. When the flashlights flickered back on, Jason was gone. Only his camera remained, still recording. Mark grabbed Emily and Sarah. "We have to get out now." They sprinted through endless corridors, each turn leading them deeper instead of closer to the exit. Doors slammed shut on their own, the building itself seeming alive. Finally, they burst into the main lobby. Relief washed over them until they noticed the entrance doors had vanished. In their place stood another nurse's station. Behind the desk, a figure sat, a nurse in a blood-stained uniform, face hidden by a surgical mask. Slowly, she looked up, revealing hollow black eyes. "Welcome back," she said. "We've been waiting for you." The lights went out one final time. The next morning, the hospital stood silent as always, empty, except for one new detail. On the clipboard at the front desk, under "Admitted Today," 4 names remained: